Hello, everybody. It is Sunday, and we are going to talk about Boswellia rivae. So I need some people here so that I can talk about it. So I'll give you a minute, and then we're going to talk about Boswellia rivae. So I hope everybody is staying safe. And this will also go on YouTube for everybody to see, not just in the Frankincense group. But if you are not in the Frankincense group, I'm only saying this because it'll go on YouTube, you can join the Frankincense group because it's an educational group. And on my profile is the link on where to get to it. Hey, Sharon. So there's a whole bunch of you here. So how about people saying hi to me? Because I see 6 people, but I don't know who they are. I see 7. I see Marge. Marge Moon joined. There are 7 people. But it doesn't tell me who's here. I don't know why, but you have to do this on Chrome. It's the only browser that will allow you to do it. None of the other browsers will allow you to do it. They must have a monopoly with Chrome. Hey, Marge. I see you. Hey, Sharon. I see you saying hi. So, remember, I do answer questions. I know, I see you here. I'm here too, so we're all here. But, so I'm going to talk about Boswellia rivae. It's a very interesting resin. So, it's a Hi, Brenda. Brenda is from Minnesota. How's Minnesota doing? How is everybody faring being stuck in the house? I know I've been busy with orders and cleaning, and I'm doing things that I haven't done in months. So maybe it's a good thing in a way, even though it's a bad thing. It gives us the chance to do some stuff. Yep, Marge, you made a live one. So I'm going to start talking about it. And then I want to talk about a couple other things afterwards. But it's a very hard resin. It's extremely hard. This is what it looks like. It's very similar to Neglecta, only Neglecta is easy to break, and this is like unreal to break. I mean, the only way I got it to break was I froze it, and then I took a hammer to it. Do not put it like this in your coffee grinder, or you won't have a coffee grinder left. You really need to break this up. If you get big pieces or even smaller pieces like this, it is almost impossible to break with your hands. It's got lots of resin and gum inside it, but it's a matter of getting it open. So it is hard, and don't be fooled that because you think it's hard, it's going to break much more easily. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Richie. It's not. So you must freeze it to even get it to break, because I tried breaking it without freezing it, and it got stuck to everything because it's like breaking open an egg. Inside the shell is hard, and then once you break it open, there's lots of good stuff inside. Well, that's the same with this. The frankincense name is Boswellia rivae, R-I-V-A-E. I put it up so you'll be able to see the name of it. One thing about it is It smells incredible, even broken up, even whole. It smells totally incredible. It's got a very sweet type smell, and it's basically used in perfumes. It's very good if you mix it. If you burn it, the smell is outrageous. I enjoy burning it mainly if I'm in the kitchen and I'm cooking. I'll burn it because the smell will take over everywhere and it'll be wonderful. It has a high content of limonene, alpha-pinene, and octanol. It can actually be used if you infuse it, and I have infused it. You can use it for congestion and respiratory issues. The octanol part of the chemical that's found in it is used mostly for perfumes. As I said, it's great for burning. It's got a bit of boswellic acid in it, so not a lot, but it does have boswellic acid in it, which also makes it anti-inflammatory. It's very balancing, and it has a wonderful effect to help you relax, basically. People ask me, what does it smell like? Well, it's got a vanilla and cinnamon type aroma. That's basically what it smells like. I totally enjoy burning it. It just has such a nice smell, and I have taken it with Katari, and I infused this, then mixed it with Katari, which smells nice too, and to balance it out so that it wasn't too overpowering, I put some myrrh in it. Myrrh is a balancing resin because it's got a bitter smell. So if you find it's too overpowering, put some myrrh in it. Do a myrrh infusion and mix some myrrh in it, and you'll get a very nice perfume. And as I said, you can also use it for congestion, and you can also use it as a balancing. So there's not much else about it. As I said, it's a wonderful, it absolutely smells wonderful. So it's wild harvested. It comes from Ethiopia, and wild harvested means it falls down to the ground. The animals bang into the tree. I mean, they don't bang, but they brush up against the tree, and the resin falls out, and then they pick it up. So they normally don't stripe this resin. They just pick it up from the ground. And as I said, it is hard as a rock. I actually did not freeze it, and if I bend it, you could see, I'm going to try to bend it. You see how I'm bending it? All the gum is inside it. I don't know if you could see it, but the dark part inside is the gum, and oh my goodness, it is wonderful. So before I go on to anything else, does anybody have any questions about this particular resin? By the way, my shop for a month has free shipping for $35 or more. So if you want to get it in now is the time to get it, because you get free shipping as long as you spend $35 or more. It also, you're right, Brenda, it has, some people say that it has a cedar type smell. That's why, you're right, why it's good for respiratory. But it is. I've used it. I've taken a little bit, put it under my nose, and it takes away some of the congestion. So you can use it for congestion. I would just when you infuse it, I would make sure that if it's a little too strong, because it's got a very strong, powerful smell, that normally we do infusions of 1 ounce to 8 ounces of resin. I would do this 1 ounce to 10 ounces, of carrier oil. I would do it to 1 ounce to 10 ounces of carrier oil, because the smell is so strong that if you do it 1 to 8, it might be a little bit overpowering. So I would definitely do it less. So I would up the carrier oil, still keep about 1 ounce, but I would definitely do less, because otherwise you're going to find it's too strong. So I got my new website up. It's not with Etsy, but I will post it as soon as I get it all together. There's one more thing I need to do, and then I'm going to make it live. It's just for Robin's Resins Plus, but you'll have the choice. If you're not, a lot of people have told me they're not Etsy members, and they would prefer not to be Etsy members. So this gives you a choice to use Square or PayPal through the new one that I put up, because a lot of people did tell me that some people like Etsy, some people don't. So now you'll have a choice. So, but I want to tell you one more thing. In my book, I just got the better version, because the other version they screwed up. So I do have the new version of my book. It's off of pre-sale, so it's $24.99 plus $6 to ship. I will put the 2 sites where you can get it. I'm going to be ordering it. They're offline on Monday, so I have to call them Tuesday to order. That's the front. And that's the back. Now you can see how big it is to my face. So you could basically, Brenda will answer you in a minute. The book, this is the book. This is the back. That's the front. I'll give you some in-betweens in the middle. That's a page. And let me find, here is Neglecta. So everything's in color. And then as you get into the book, these are all the recipes with pictures and the actual recipe. So it's a nice sized book, and it's got 148 pages in it. And I even made one, I thought all you guys, when I did this, is I made 3 pages for personal notes, so that you can write any comments you want for any of the recipes. And I left 3 pages in the back also, because I know a lot of people like to put notes in. So I left 3 empty pages in the back, so you can write any notes that you want. So, the book is beautiful. I can't wait, let me tell you. This is mine, this one. But it is really nice. Nin Sharon Babot is my sister-in-law. She did all the illustrating, so she got a little plug in the book. And I'm just in awe of the book. I can't believe how good it took me 2.5 years to write this book. And I can't believe how beautiful it came out. And I can't wait to get them for everybody who did pre-sale. So I can I want to show you something that's really cute in the book. I'm looking for it. So, what'd I do with it? You know how many times I've written this book? I've gone through this book, and I should be able to know where I put everything, right? But there's something really cute. So I'm looking for the page. So bear with me while I look for the page that I want you to see. Hold it. Oh, give me a second. I got to go through the recipes to find it. So it's in one of the recipes. I've only gone through this book 400 times, right? You would think I'd know where I put it. This is one of my favorite. This was done. This is Robin's Resin Store. And when you get the book, on here, right there, my sister-in-law, this is a picture that was taken in Scotland. She just was recently in Scotland. So she took this picture and she put my plaque on top of the picture. So it's really cute. So it's one of my favorite things in the book. So as I said, it's $24.99 now. I will give you the website where you can get it. For those that are international, Lulu, where I got the book, is going to be selling them also. And I would check before you come to me, because you have to basically email me if you want the book or buy it on their website, because their shipping might be less. So because they have printing places all over the world. So once I get it published and order the 100 books that I'm purchasing, you'll be able to either get it online through them, or you can get it through me. If you get it through me, I'll sign it. If you don't get it through me, I can't sign it. So that's your choice also. So here's the book, and let me go back and see if I can find Brenda's question. All right. To infuse the resin, she asked, how small do the pieces need to be? They need to be an ounce. So it doesn't matter if it's one of these equals an ounce or if a whole bunch of them, but it should be an ounce. So whether you're making it a powder, or a powder's a little less. A powder, we recommend somewhere between 30 mils, which is an ounce, or 40 mils, which is a little bit more than an ounce. It depends on the resin. This resin, I would do no more than 30 mils because it's strong. And either you do it with pieces, or you can powder it down. You can't powder this down until you break it up into smaller pieces, really tiny pieces. I mean, this is good to get your frustrations out, to do a good hammer on it in a paper bag and smash it down. Then you can put it into, either do it by hand or do it in a coffee grinder. But if you do it this way, if you do it whole, then I suggest doing a warm bath for about 40 minutes first. And then if you're doing it whole, during it powder, you don't need to do that. But if you're doing it whole, I would definitely put it in a warm bath to start it. And I would time it. And then every day shake it. You know, don't strain it, but shake it. And keep it in a cool, dark place. You don't want it in the sun. You only want it, what I do is I put it into if I warm bath it, I don't put it in the sun. If I don't warm bath it, then I put it in, if you're in a very warm climate, you could put it outside directly in the sun for a day. That's almost like warm bathing it. And then what I usually do is I wait for a full moon. And when there's a full moon, if there's a full moon within that month, then I put it in front of the full moon at night to get the energy of the moon. Then I put it back into my closet, my dark closet, and every day I shake it, and I actually talk to it. So I want you to talk to it also. And that's the best ways to do it. If you don't live in a warm climate, then you want to put it into a double warm bath, and for about 40 minutes, and then put it into a dry place. And if there's no full moon, don't worry about it. It's not going to die. You still will get the same effects. It just won't be charged by the moon. So not every month has a full moon. So usually if you want to wait for the full moon, you wait 2 months. Maybe somewhere between the 2 months, or look on the internet to see when the next full moon is, and then set it up around that so you could take it out. Every jar should be labeled with the name and the date that you started it, because I know myself, I don't remember which ends up. So I have a lot of infusions. If you think I'm going to remember what day I started it, you're crazy. And if I'm doing 2 resins that are dark or that are similar in color, the only way I'm going to know the difference is by smell. But I'm so used to what smells like what, you might not be. You might not be able to tell the difference between one resin and another by smell. So make sure you label it. The best ones, as I said, to use is either fractionated coconut oil, because more of the resin comes out in fractionated coconut oil, or jojoba. So because jojoba is close to the skin. So basically, and it's great for the skin. So that's it. Anybody else have any questions? I will put the 2 websites to be able to get the resin. Both of them have free shipping for a month on them. So for over $35. So you can pick your choice of which website you want to go to. So if anybody doesn't have any more questions, let me know. Again, with the book, if you purchase it through me, I will sign it personally with your name, and I'll write something little in it, and then I'll ship it out to you. If you get it through Lulu, you're getting it through Lulu. I can't sign it because they're selling it. So, but I believe by Wednesday it should go live. They are unfortunately very short-staffed right now. Everybody is very short-staffed right now, and they only have certain hours. Rivae comes from Ethiopia, so that's basically where you get it. I think it also might also come from Kenya, but the majority of it comes from Ethiopia. So we have in our files, and I also have on the and I will give you, as I said, when you go to the new page that I set up, I have information there also on every resin, every regular resin that I sell. I just want to make something very clear that people have been asking me. The Palo Santo sticks that I have now that I'm selling, they are not endangered. These Palo Santo sticks come from Ecuador. The ones that are endangered, I believe, come from a different area of South America, but not Ecuador. And I'm actually getting them from Sacred Wood Essence, and he has guaranteed me that they are not endangered. And I have on my site all about them, and on my Etsy site it shows there's an actual different species altogether that is endangered, but it's not the Palo Santo that I'm selling. So just so you know, because some people have asked me. So, and I won't sell anything that's not sustainable. So, and believe me, I've been offered by a lot of people to sell certain things that are not sustainable, and I refuse to sell them. So, I'm very strict on endangered plants and sustainability. So, anybody else? Any questions? Because I see it's slow. So, can you infuse the Palo Santo? I have cleansed. Okay. Palo Santo, you can only infuse the resin. It's very hard to get the resin. Not everybody carries the resin. And it's very expensive. So that's why I haven't carried the resin. But the sticks, let me get a stick so I can show you. Okay, so the sticks, these are the sticks. What you can do with them is you shave them and you put the shavings in tea. They are excellent for migraines. I have 2 clients that get very, very bad migraines. And she shaves it and puts it into the tea. And you let it sit in the tea for about 3 minutes until it actually smells in there. So you can smell more than just water. You smell the tea. Then you take the shavings out because they're not edible. And you can even put this into the tea and let this sit in the tea besides the shavings. And then when this gets ratty and disgusting looking, then you throw it out. But this, you can use this at least 5 or 6 times before it actually gets ratty. So you could get a lot of good uses out of it. And it's got a really nice smell. So that's another thing besides burning it. When you burn it, there's a way to burn it because you have to make sure it ignites. Because if you just burn it, it's going to go out. So you got to keep blowing it until it actually ignites. And I'm actually going to be selling, I'm waiting for him to send it to me, the shells, the alabaster shells, and where you can sit it in there. That's good for incense, and it's good for this, because the problem with this is it's long. So you can't put it in a burner because it's too long. So what do you do with it? You have to put it on a hot plate. So, but the shell, you can put it in the shell, and you can burn it that way. I just ordered them, so it's going to take at least a week for me to get them in stock. So, but as I said, the Palo Santo essential oil is also excellent for migraines too. I have a client who takes the bottle and smells it, and she feels better. But it does work because 2 of my clients, I buy a whole lot of, they buy like 6 or 7 from me, and it lasts for a very long time. And they do help with headaches, and they do help with migraines. My suggestion is if you have a full-blown migraine, nothing's going to work. You have to, most people know when migraines are coming on. And when you feel that feeling of when the migraine is just starting, then you drink the tea, and it helps. You can also burn it and then wave it across your nose so that you can breathe in the deepness of the smell, or burn it and wait for the smoke to come up and go over it and smell it, because it will help with migraines also. I'm selling 9 to a bag, and they're $7.50 each. So 9 should last you at least 6 months. So don't throw it away. Don't think once you burned it, if you still have about this much, don't throw it out, because you still can use it. And even if you burn it, you can put it in the, you can still shave it and put it into hot water. It has to go into hot water because the oil that's inside this has to come out. As you know, they use the wood that they use are dead. The tree has to die before they can get the wood off of it. So, but it is wonderful. So I like it. I use it a lot. It's very relaxing also. So if you're using it for calming or migraines or headaches, it does help. As I said, I have 2 clients. They're my testimonial that tell I don't get migraines, but they do. And they tell me it's wonderful, that it definitely helps with migraines. And as I said, if you can get the essential oil, Sacred Wood Essence sells the essential oil too. So I'm not selling essential oils. I'm sticking to resins. There's too much involved for selling essential oils. I don't want anything to do with selling essential oils. The labels have to be different. The oils have to have GC reports. I'm not dealing with that. I buy from other people. So resins don't need that. So as I said, they're really nice. And I have so many orders for it now that I just ordered another bunch of them. So, because this is what I got now, and I need more. So I just placed another order for them. So, and as I said, these are not endangered. I won't buy anything that's endangered. So, but you can use them that way, and, you know, it's wonderful. As I said, it's very, very hard to get the resin. So, and if you use the sticks are much less expensive. The resin is like 3 times the price. And you can use the sticks for the same thing that you would use the resins for. So unless somebody's willing to sell it to me much cheaper and good quality, I'm not getting it. So if anybody has any other questions, if not, as you know, please stay safe, stay 6 feet apart, wear a mask when you go out. Try not to touch your face or your head or your nose or your eyes. Make sure you constantly wash your hands with soap and water. And hopefully, and pray this is over within 2 months, because I think we're all going to go stir crazy. So have a good rest of the evening. God bless, and goodbye.